Flip-flop. We're holding on to smoke and haze this morning, this early morning, giving way to low visibilities. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now this morning, police asking for your help to find this missing woman. What we know just ahead. Plus, 6 months in, the Trump administration is touting its accomplishments as it reaches the half-year mark. Ahead, how the American people are feeling about the administration and its policies. And immigration crackdowns are causing labor shortages in multiple industries. Coming up, we'll take a look at the delays. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Monday, July 21st, 6 a.m. Time to wake up, everybody. Let's send it over now to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's up. You've been up.
No,
what you working
man,
on over there?
I failed that mission. I have had like an hour of sleep. I'm just dead to the world, and I apologize.
It's rough out there.
This early morning, we're getting to current temperatures in the 60s and the 50s right now, my friend, and we're holding on to some smoke and haze that's hanging out right now. That's all due to Canadian wildfires. We'll get into dew points also lingering in the 50s and the 60s, and humidity will start to develop gradually as we go into the next few days. We'll see, again, the possibility of that increasing, but you're seeing temperatures in the 60s, the 70s eventually after we get through sunrise, with the possibility of shower potential going into the afternoon and late day. You'll see that as a 20% chance. We'll also find similar conditions for Eau Claire, maybe coming in a little earlier around the noon hour or so, with a 20% chance to finish out by the afternoon and going to your evening commute. So this day will also hold on to a little gradual humidity, making it feel a little bit more milder on your skin. Highs for Monday today, we're looking at, again, upper 70s around to the low to middle 70s, in the low 80s also in the forecast. You can see the moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico as well as transporting from the west coast as well, and that's giving us a nice zonal flow, that west to east movement. But of course, we've got the shower and storm activity that's associated with that to our north, to our south, and one kind of aiming right for us as we get through the day. We'll hold on to a low risk of severe weather, as I mentioned before, and as we finish out, this will be a look at your forecast, and I'll have more about that coming up for you in just a moment, so please stick around.
All right, Art, thank you. And La Crosse police need your help finding a missing woman this morning. 22-year-old Elliot Hines was last seen early yesterday morning walking south on the 500 block of Front Street South. She's 5'4", 120 pounds with blonde hair and blue eyes. You see these photos here. She was last seen wearing a white t-shirt and jean shorts. If you have any information, contact the police non-emergency line or La Crosse area Crime Stoppers. And if you'd like to help with the search, volunteers are meeting this morning at 1425 8th Street South at 8 a.m. They will distribute flyers and search the area. 2 people died in separate crashes just minutes apart Saturday night in Dunn County. The Dunn County Sheriff's Office says at 9:25 p.m. a Jeep crashed and caught fire in Springbrook, killing a 36-year-old Durand man. Minutes later, a Pontiac collided head-on with a truck on State Highway 79 in the town of Sherman, killing a 36-year-old Boyceville woman. The truck driver was airlifted to the hospital. Police are still investigating. President Trump spent his weekend golfing and celebrating the 6-month mark of his second term with some social media posts. Taking a live look at the White House this morning, new CBS News polling provides insight on the president's job approval ratings. CBS's Bradley Blackburn reports.
President Trump touted his accomplishments in his first 6 months in office, writing on social media, "We got a lot of good and great things done." A new CBS News poll finds 42% of Americans approve of the job he's doing, down from a high of 53% in February. The president has a different view of his approval ratings, posting his numbers have set records in the Republican Party since the, quote, Jeffrey Epstein hoax was exposed. A CBS poll shows 50% of Republicans are satisfied with his handling of the Epstein case. A further party breakdown finds 60% of MAGA Republicans are satisfied. Trump has pointed the finger at Democrats for the controversy.
The president blaming Democrats for this disaster, Jake, is like that CEO that got caught on camera blaming Coldplay.
Trump sued the Wall Street Journal Friday for its story claiming he sent a birthday message to Epstein that included a sketch of a naked woman. Trump denies it. In a separate post, the president also called for a name change for the Washington Commanders NFL team, saying the team should go back to its old name, which has been criticized as racist by some Native American groups. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
President Trump said in his post the Cleveland Guardians should also change back their name to the Indians. A college football player is dead after a shooting in Tennessee. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office says Corey Adams was killed in a suburb of Memphis. He was a freshman player for the University of Mississippi. Neighbors say a party was happening and then uninvited people showed up. 4 other people were shot but are expected to recover.
Things got out of hand. My first thought, somebody had thrown out a long row of firecrackers. And I heard the second one, and then I heard cars take off, and then I heard more, and I went, those were gunshots. Parties that big that get out of hand, he should have cut it off way early, told everybody to just go home. And I'm sorry for him.
It's unclear what prompted the shooting. So far, nobody has been arrested. New this morning, a Delta pilot is apologizing for a hard turn to avoid colliding with a B-52 bomber. That incident happened over North Dakota as the Minneapolis to Minot flight was preparing to land.
Sorry about the aggressive maneuver. It caught me by surprise. This is not normal at all. I don't know why they didn't give us a heads up, because the Air Force Base does have radar, and nobody said, hey, there's also a B-52 in the pattern. Long story short, it was not fun.
Quick thinking there. The incident comes nearly 6 months after 67 people died when an American Airlines jet collided with a military helicopter near Reagan National Airport. Smith's Bike Shop in La Crosse celebrating its 130th anniversary, marking its status as the oldest bike shop in Wisconsin. The event over the weekend featured some special bike rides and a family fun ride to Myrick Park.
Smith's is a big part of our community, and so it's a really cool thing to be able to celebrate and welcome people and have fun. Just a really nice opportunity.
More than 130 people took part in the morning bike ride. While many head to the La Crosse Interstate Fair for the food and ride, some are aiming for a different kind of prize. News 8 Now's Jadius McGee shows us what they mean.
At the La Crosse Interstate Fair archery tournament, it is not just about hitting the target. It's more about growth.
I really like watching the kids grow from when they first started in the program, shooting at 10 yards and moving all the way up to shooting at 20 yards. And you can really see the progression and the success that these kids really have.
Being able to see that improvement in myself from that little 3rd grader that I was all the way up to now, I've been able to improve amazingly and just continuously grow and just try new things.
But before any arrows fly, safety always comes first. Organizers say it's the foundation for everything that they do.
The number one thing that we concentrate on here is safety. Then we concentrate on quality. Then we concentrate on quantity. These are skills that the kids can take with them for the rest of their life in any aspect of what they do.
It's just kids coming out and learning safety first and then just enjoying themselves.
And for families, the experience goes far beyond the target. The support behind the scenes means just as much.
We have loved the organization. The 4-H as a whole is near and dear to our family, and we've just really appreciated all their time and efforts, from all the volunteers to the tournament holding to the shooting sports coordinators, to be able to put this together.
In West Salem, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
I saw the goat costume contest yesterday, a little bit of a different kind of competition, but good nonetheless. And the Tastes and Sounds of the Mediterranean came to North La Crosse over the weekend for the 51st annual Mediterranean Festival at St. Elias Orthodox Church. It drew more than 700 people yesterday. Attendees celebrated Mediterranean and Middle Eastern culture with traditional food, live folk music, and a silent auction.
There's only a few of us putting on a much bigger project than you would think we could do, and yet we're always able to do it. And then being able to share that experience with the larger La Crosse community is awesome to see all the people come out and enjoy the cultural experience.
The festival also doubled as a fundraiser. Some of the proceeds will go toward renovations to give the church a wheelchair ramp. The time now is 6:07. Still ahead on your morning news. President Trump slapping some high tariffs on China once again. Alaska Airlines resuming flights after grounding its entire fleet, and a sausage recall before you turn your stove on this morning. And the president's crackdown on illegal immigration leading to labor shortages. Just ahead, we'll take a look at which industries are feeling it the worst. And as you start to wake up this morning, leaving with a quick wake-up call where the first public casino was open. That is Venice, Italy. Looking beautiful there this morning. You see the tourists are out and about. And of course, the water taxis. There goes one. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is headed your way just after the break.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $40. That's a 20-cent fuel saver for every $40 you spend. In store and online. Monday only and only at Hy-Vee.
We're celebrating Home Furniture's 51st anniversary. Right now, get our best finance offer ever and pay no interest until 2030. Get this sectional for just $19 a month or pay cash and get an extra 10% off, just $8.99. The 51st anniversary sale, now at Home Furniture.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
During the Chevy 4th of July sales event, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR plus $1,000 cash allowance. That's over $7,000 total value on this Silverado plus $4,500 total cash allowance for current Chevy owners.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust. When I see the look on a member's face, when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
We know, like, if we help one person and if we impact their life and have such a positive influence on them when they're coming in here working on sometimes the hardest thing for themselves that they can do, and they can then help the next 3 to 5 people that they encounter, our reach goes more.
Are we looking to enjoy time with our family? Are we looking to get up and down off the floor with our grandkids? Are we looking to go travel and experience retirement a little bit differently? We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
Head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
You know it's time to replace some windows, a patio door, an entry door, or all of them. The Board Store's provided skillful installation of quality products for thousands of your neighbors for 35 years. Double hung slider, casement, awning windows, double glazing, triple glazing, white windows, black windows, wood grain. Our experienced sales staff will help you choose what's best for you, provide a detailed proposal, and a firm price. No pressure, no nonsense. One window or a house full, call or visit the Board Store for a prompt free estimate. More than you expect for less than you thought.
It's the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts. Get up to an extra 50% off regular prices or pay no interest until 2030 on the best selection of porch and patio in the Midwest. Right now during the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $40. That's a 20-cent fuel saver for every $40 you spend. In store and online. Monday only and only at Hy-Vee.
All right, taking a look at Eau Claire here with some smoke and haze in the forecast. Unfortunately, we're picking up some Canadian wildfires here that are still pushing in some smoke and haze in the area. All the way down to the south by the Gulf of Mexico, we're also finding ourselves picking up some humidity gradually starting to work its way closer into our region, but slowly right now we'll get a view here. We can see as you take a look, we'll go right into it with La Crosse holding on to the sunshine. Limited amounts right now with that sunshine, eventually coming back again later on to mostly cloudy skies, taking away our sunshine and then giving way to mostly cloudy skies for a better chance of 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock with a 20% chance of shower activity in the forecast. We'll also find ourselves doing similar conditions with Eau Claire. Plenty of sunshine giving way to overcast conditions and then bringing in a 20% chance of showers to go into your late afternoon and into your evening hours and possibly tonight as well. You can see them kind of moving up along the northern tier. We've got some up to the north. We also have some that's to our just to our west and then down to our south as well. We're picking up some of that moisture coming in from the southeast right now, and so that's also pulling in a little bit of humidity. As you can see right now, we've got the zonal flow from west to east motion with the cloud cover, and we've got the storm activity to the north, as I mentioned, another one coming up from the south west, and then one down to our south, and we'll keep an eye on all of those. We'll hold on to the possibility of this as you get into it for Tuesday. We had some AM storms possibly coming back in with night storms. We had a break on Wednesday, then eventually storms coming back again as we go into Thursday, and then the possibility of maybe a shower or two going into early Friday. Here's a look at that humidity pumping up. You can see it, and there's another one here that's also pulling in that southeasterly flow that I just showed you. And of course, we're going to see more of this moisture gradually build as we go through the next couple of days. So when I come back, I just want to let you know that we do have a low risk for severe weather, but most of that is to the east. And when I come back, we'll give another view and take a peek at this. So please stick around.
In your morning consumer news, the cost of building electric vehicles in the U.S. could soon skyrocket. The Commerce Department placing a 93.5% tariff on Chinese graphite. That's a key material for EV batteries. Analysts say this will escalate trade tensions between the U.S. and China. The Trump administration also cutting federal EV support and recalling loans that backed EV factories and power plants. Alaska Airlines getting back off the ground this morning after having to ground its entire fleet for hours. Look at all those passengers. They were stuck in the terminal, even on the tarmac for hours. The carrier had to stop all flights at about 11 last night due to an IT outage. Look at all those people. Operations did resume at 2:30 this morning. The airline had to cancel about 46 flights and delay 319 others last night. 26 more were canceled this morning. And time to check your fridge and freezers. KM Foods recalling more than 24,000 pounds of ready-to-eat chicken sausage. The company received reports of white pieces of plastic inside the food. The sausage had a freeze-by date of October 1st. And the president's crackdown on illegal immigration is leading to labor shortages in some industries like healthcare, agriculture, and construction. CBS's Carter Evans reports.
This construction site has just about everything you need to build a traditional family home. Everything except enough workers.
We have probably 3 people on site, 4 people on site, and normally we'd have about double. We'd have about 8 to 10 people.
Where are they?
They're hiding. People aren't willing to come to work.
Jason Petruska is a general contractor in Los Angeles. He says he only hires builders here in the country legally, but he also relies on companies that employ highly skilled, undocumented labor. Many of those workers are now no-shows because they're fearful of the ramped-up ICE raids.
If a company has 5 trucks and there's 2 guys per truck and half their crew doesn't want to come, that's literally 3 jobs or 2 jobs that can't be performed.
The labor shortage comes at a time when more than 12,000 homes destroyed by recent fires in LA County need to be rebuilt. About 41% of the construction workers in California are foreign-born, and according to a report, the rise in deportations will deplete the construction workforce statewide, including those specializing in drywall, flooring, and roofing. Petruska says this is already causing longer construction delays and greater competition for fewer crews.
When you find the people who are willing to do the job, they want probably double the hourly rate.
So what does that mean? Like for this home that is getting to the end stages here?
That means that the consumer is paying more.
Did you have that feeling as much before, or did your workers have that feeling that they could just be snatched off the street in front of the job site?
Never. It's so alien to me to hear that, because this is construction. We work hard and we go home for the rest of the day. Like, there should be no fear of doing this stuff.
Carter Evans, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Let's look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
Okay, as we get back to CityCam 8 here, I'm going to give you a quick view of what this looks like. You're going to hold on to, again, the possibility of smoke and haze in your forecast. And we're also going to see some low visibilities, especially up by Eau Claire, and then working its way along the northern tier there, along I-94, working to the east. You're looking also for Eau Claire. There's another view of it right here. As you can see, that continues on. We'll see a little bit of light fog and low cloud activity. As you can see, I should say, it's low visibility. It's not necessarily fog. As you get into a 1 mile of visibility by the 2 o'clock hour in the afternoon, believe it or not. You'll also see that not really affecting us here locally, getting into more of that going to Black River Falls and then down to Sparta. They're still at 12 miles of visibility, but in between Medford and Black River Falls, low visibility is expected there as well. So that happens this morning. The Monday and Tuesday, low chance of showers coming in today and tomorrow, or storm activity. Wednesday, hot and hazy conditions with the possibility of some nighttime storms rolling in the picture. 70s and some 80s in the forecast. You're going to see at least sunny to partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy conditions today. That'll continue on. Prairie du Chien about 83 degrees. We'll take a look as we get it to La Crosse. We're going up to at least 81 degrees there. Trempealeau looking at about 79 degrees with more of those upper 70s to the north. We'll do middle 70s once you get to Ladysmith all the way down to areas by Eau Claire. That's when we get into the upper 70s, back down to the areas by Augusta and Neillsville, 77 degrees. Low risk of severe weather weather that I mentioned before, but most of that is mostly to our west of the river. Here, as you can see, once again, we'll get into this where storm activity is coming in. You can see why with the storm activity coming in later on tonight, the possibility of that happening. Then putting in some showers once again by Eau Claire. Ladysmith is in that as well. This system tries to track across the river, eventually hitting Winona, getting to La Crosse by the 8:45 hour, going to about 9 o'clock. So between 8 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock in the morning, and it slowly tracks back across to the west, slowly going into 10 o'clock or so. As you can see, still over La Crosse with a storm activity with the bullseye that was right on top of us. Continues on as we go right into the 11:45 hour and the tracks out of the region. The next batch you see in clearing skies, not much happening there as high pressure is trying to build back, but you're also looking at more showers possibly coming back from Mankato and then falling southward towards Preston and La Crosse before as it crosses the river and just kind of falls apart. We'll see more shower activity starting up again though once it gets to Black River Falls and Sparta and areas to the east. Once you get into it, they start to fall up, build up again and become very dangerous storm activity. More along the lines of northern showers and storms continue to finish out going into the next few days. We go through Wednesday with another batch coming towards us to finish out for Wednesday evening, going into Thursday where we're seeing bigger storms lasting throughout the night and into the next day. You'll see temperatures from 81 to 87 degrees with humidity building, 95 degrees with hazy, hot and humid conditions. We'll go to Thursday with storm activity on the way and then start to break it all apart as we go to Friday, Saturday into your weekend with temperatures in the upper 80s. Be safe.
Thank you, Art. Some alarming new research shows American children are dying at much higher rates than kids in other wealthy countries. We'll tell you why experts say our kids are in crisis. And more severe storms hit the country this weekend. Texas lawmakers calling a special session to focus on flood recovery. We'll have the latest for you after the morning sports blitz.
Coming up in sports, the red-hot Milwaukee Brewers look to extend their win streak to 10 straight games and even had a chance to climb to the top of the division standings. See if they got it done. Coming up in the Morning Blitz.
Up to 58% off list at the huge anniversary sale at Slumberland. Lots of big deals, like these stylish sofas for just $5.99. Don't miss the Sealy mattress for just $3.99. The huge anniversary sale at Slumberland.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Celebrate Independence Day. Get 0% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. That's over $4,300 in average finance savings. Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Jolivet Family Farms. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Jolivet's homegrown triple sweet corn is picked fresh daily. Join us Sundays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our roasted sweet corn and charcoal brats. Jolivet's also features homegrown carrots, sweet onions, peppers, beets, cabbage, dill, tomatoes, cucumbers, blueberries, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
At Sealands Carpetland, you know we have a huge flooring selection, but we offer tiles for more than just your floors. Looking to update your kitchen backsplash? We've got you covered. Remodeling your bathroom shower or walls? We got that too. With the wide variety of colors, shapes, and sizes, you'll find exactly what you need to bring your dream space to life. At Sealands Carpetland, where our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
People come in different sizes. That's why Slumberland invented the any size one low price mattress sale. No matter what size mattress, twin, full, queen, or king, you pay just one low price. Get this memory foam for just $99, only at Slumberland.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now.
Call Hupy and Abraham. They really do mean business.
To to the Morning Blitz. The Brewers had a chance to extend their win streak to 10 games yesterday afternoon, trailing the Cubs by just 1 game going into the day. A win would make it a sweep over the Dodgers. So let's go to LA. The legend Clayton Kershaw on the mound, and the Dodgers would give him some run support early. Already up 1-0, and Shohei Ohtani wants more. Blast one to deep left field, his 3rd homer against the Brewers this season. LA up 3, but here come the Brewers. Down 2, and Andrew Monasterio lines one through into left field. The throw home, nowhere close. Monasterio safe at second. Brewers down 1. Next batter, Joey Ortiz at the plate. And he lines it into center field. Should be in help, but the defense misses it. That scores a run. We're all tied at 3. Later, now tied at 4 in the 6th, but with the bases loaded, Isaac Collins bloops one through to center field. 1 run scores. The throw into third gets an out, but Chourio touches home before the out is called. Brewers go up 6-4. Then trouble in the 9th. Bases loaded, but Abner Uribe gets Mookie Betts to line out. Ball game. Brewers win it 6-5, make it 10 straight wins. And then over in Chicago, the Cubs dropped their game against the Red Sox, and that officially means we are tied at the top of the NL Central. With 63 games to go, both these teams have the best record in the National League, so this is going to be a very fun race over the next couple of months. In the American League, Twins trying to bounce back after dropping 2 straight to the Rockies. Minnesota up 1, and with a runner on, Matt Wallner is going to add a few more. This one goes over the wall and right, make it 3-0. Rockies would get one back, but then in the 4th, Royce Lewis, he's all over this pitch, over the wall in center field, makes it 4-1, and Lewis wasn't done. 8th inning now, and he's going to do it again. This one over the wall and left. Twins roll 7-1, the final. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it is showing some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's the summer sales event. Great time to buy. Nice weekend, Hank?
Spectacular. Took the family camping, courtesy of Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. Morgan?
Baseball tournament. Mike Sports at the Homeland Field.
How about you two?
Mud Bath.
Get 0 down, 0% financing plus 0 payments for 90 days on Bronco. Or lease Bronco for $499 a month with 0 down. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Check out our huge selection of Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. They make a beautiful addition to any room while reducing energy costs year-round. This quick-install Alston ceiling fan is $74.98 after rebate. Buy now. It's your last chance to save on a new patio set. Menards still has great deals available, but not for long. Get this Cascade Cove Wicker 4-piece set for $599.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, Dominic here. We always get asked, what do you have for ground pork? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these 4: Bavarian sausage, breakfast sausage, Italian, and pork. First, you need ground pork, preferably from a local meat shop. Mix in 2 to 3 teaspoons of Please Name per pound, make into patties, and cook thoroughly until done. All 4 of these choices will make great tasting sausage patties, and they're low in sodium. Get these seasonings and more at the outlet store. And it's time to pig out.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No, and you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
We have a low risk for severe weather today, mostly to our west, but we'll talk about that in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, police asking for your help to find this missing woman, what we know, and how you can help in just a couple hours. Plus, Harvard taking on the Trump administration in court today. We'll tell you what's at stake for colleges nationwide. And still ahead, what families need to know about supporting loved ones through reconstructive surgery on Mindful Monday. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Monday, July 21st. A new week awaits us. Let's send it over now to meteorologist Art Jarrett. What can we expect for this new week, Art?
It's a whole lot. I kind of want to just throw papers up in the air and go like this.
Alrighty, let's do it.
It's a hit or miss. Let's see what sticks. We get into it here. Wildfire smoke and haze this morning. Of course, we'll see some low visibilities later on in the afternoon between noon and 4 o'clock today, possibly into the 5 o'clock hour as well. Monday and Tuesday, today and tomorrow, we have a low chance of shower activity coming back again as a 20% chance, then building up as we go overnight again for Tuesday in the morning and then again for Tuesday night. Well, then we'll see the possibility of warmer conditions coming in for Wednesday with hot and humid conditions, and then we could see Wednesday storms coming in for Wednesday night going into Thursday. Here's a look at what's happening. We're seeing this flow coming from west to east through the area from the Pacific as well and continue to track in. You see a lot more moisture starting to gather as we go through the day, and as we roll right into it, you're going to be seeing some fog and low cloud activity slowly but surely. So some of it's backing off right now, but we're looking at today increasing clouds as you can go into it with, again, the possibility of fog and haze, not fog, but low cloud activity getting into smoke and haze in the forecast, turning into shower activity. We'll do the same for Eau Claire as we finish out. And once again, as we get into tomorrow, we also have a slight risk to a low risk of severe weather. The slight risk is by the Twin Cities and northward, and then getting closer to Rice Lake. But other than that, we are in a low risk for severe weather in our region. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. More severe storms struck parts of the country over the weekend as officials in several states are still grappling with recovery from recent disasters. In Texas, lawmakers will enter a special session today with a focus on flood recovery efforts. Bradley Blackburn is tracking the latest for us.
In Central Texas, recovery work is underway while the search for flood victims continues. More than 2 weeks after deadly flash floods, remains are still being found.
It's just a heartbreaking scenario, and, unfortunately, there's a lot of us still looking for answers.
But the state says the number of missing has now dropped sharply, from more than 100 to just 3. Lawmakers are set to meet in Austin for a special legislative session today, where relief funds and flood warning systems are on the agenda.
We're going to look for strategies that we can pass laws on that will make preparation for these types of events better.
Over the weekend, more severe storms hit, bringing hail in Maine and rain in Maryland, where some drivers got stuck in flash floods. In the Midwest, powerful thunderstorms dumped rain in Iowa and Indiana, where a funnel cloud was spotted Sunday afternoon. In North Carolina, volunteers are still working to help survivors from Tropical Storm Chantal, collecting and distributing diapers to those impacted by the storm 2 weeks ago.
Things dry up. People are still in need.
And out west at the Grand Canyon, there are more images of the impact of wildfires. These pictures show the little that's left from Grand Canyon Lodge. Saturday, Arizona's governor toured the national park by air.
We're going to do everything we can to help support managing this fire and then get to rebuilding.
The fire burned more than 18 square miles and is still not completely contained. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Arizona's governor has called for an investigation into how the National Park Service handled the Grand Canyon fire. It initially allowed it to burn as part of its confine and contain wildfire strategy. And a federal judge will hear Harvard's challenge to the Trump administration today. Harvard is fighting the government's freeze of billions in funding. The president argues the school's DEI efforts are discriminatory and its handling of pro-Palestinian demonstrations harmed Jewish students. Harvard's lawsuit claims the funding freeze has nothing to do with anti-Semitism and that Trump really wants control over its academic enterprise.
The big picture question is whether we will be rewarding research to where, based on scientific merit, or whether a university follows the political ideology of the president and his administration.
The second lawsuit is from a faculty group and makes similar arguments. And here at home, a food service worker is due in court this morning for allegedly delivering drugs to a Monroe County inmate. Aramark driver Zechariah Borden was captured on security footage delivering a package containing meth to inmate Nicholas Haig in April. Police say Haig was helping with the food delivery when that handoff happened. Borden is held on a $1,200 cash bond. He'll appear in court at 8:30. Haig, who's awaiting trial for reckless homicide by delivering drugs, faces new charges. La Crosse police need your help this morning finding a missing woman. 22-year-old Elliot Hines was last seen early yesterday morning walking south on the 500 block of Front Street South. Take a look at your screens. Here's some photos. She's 5'4", 120 pounds with blonde hair and blue eyes. She was last seen wearing a white shirt and jean shorts like you see here. If you have any information, contact the police non-emergency line or La Crosse area Crime Stoppers. And if you'd like to help with the search, volunteers will meet this morning in about an hour and a half at 1425 8th Street South at 8 a.m. They'll distribute flyers and search the area. Vernon County residents raised money for cancer research with their annual tractor ride in Chaseburg. Participants there enjoyed rides while raising funds for the Cancer Action Network. An event organizer says the fundraising is especially important this year following federal funding cuts.
With all the bad news coming out of Washington, we're hoping to go to Washington and hoping that we can at least stay on a level playing field with them this year. We would love to see more dollars going into cancer research, but we're going to be there fighting for everything we can get.
This was the 15th year of the tractor ride. Dozens of pilots took to the La Crosse skies over the weekend, part of their journey for Bonanzas to Oshkosh. Each year at the end of July, a group of Beechcraft Bonanza pilots meet at the La Crosse Regional Airport before traveling to EAA AirVenture in Oshkosh.
For us, weather conditions are critical, and we don't fly when it's marginal, right? There are people out flying right now, but it gets marginal with the overcast and the rain. So for us, we require very good conditions for flight.
More than 120 planes participated in the event. In your morning medical news, a concerning new study says the health of children in the United States has deteriorated over the past 17 years, with kids today being more likely to have chronic diseases and mental health problems. Stephanie Stahl has more.
There's fun and laughter on this playground, but new research says the health of children in the United States is declining.
It's really speaking to tremendous, languishing of our kids.
Dr. Christopher Forrest with Children's Hospital of Philadelphia was one of the authors of the study that compared pediatric death rates among high-income countries.
That a child in the United States was 80% more likely to die than a child in those 18 countries.
He says babies are most vulnerable, dying from things like premature births and SIDS.
Older kids are more likely to die by guns, 15 times more likely. They're 5 times more likely to die from an overdose. They're more likely to die from car crashes.
The study also found a growing number of health-related issues. Kids are now 15 to 20% more likely to have things like anxiety, depression, and sleep apnea than they were a decade ago. The research also found obesity rates for people under the age of 19 are up to 21%.
Obesity is the second most common cause of cancer in this country.
Dr. Forrest says the research did not find a single cause for the health decline of kids, but he says the issue needs urgent attention.
Thinking about the kind of play that kids are engaging in or not engaging in, the food environment, the school systems that kids are involved in.
The research did not account for socioeconomic differences, age, gender, or race. Stephanie Stahl, CBS News.
The research, which used electronic health records and international surveys, also found American children have limited physical activity and growing feelings of loneliness. And concerns also growing about the rise in West Nile virus cases across the nation. So far, 50 cases of the mosquito-borne disease have been reported in at least 16 states. About half are described as severe. Even though it's a common disease, a new CDC study finds only 1 in 4 providers can correctly diagnose the virus.
The key here is to use mosquito repellents with DEET or Picaridin. It's the same kind of advice we give you really for any mosquito-borne illness, for ticks. It's not really any different. And I think the key here is to be aware that there's even West Nile in your areas.
Common symptoms of West Nile include fever, headache, body aches, and vomiting. A new study finds yoga and Tai Chi can improve your sleep. People who practiced yoga or Tai Chi 2 to 6 times a week slept longer and woke up less often. Experts say physical activity helps both mind and body, but it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. If your sleep still doesn't improve, it may be time to see a specialist. And now we'll send it over to our weather specialist, meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our morning commute.
I'm like, who's that? We'll get into it here. We're taking a look at what's going on. We have a low risk for severe weather once again. And as we get into it, it's mostly to our west. You can see over in Minnesota as well as portions of Iowa. And once we get into the day, you're going to see these storms kind of collecting up to the north as well as working toward us here, coming up from Denver, and then eventually down to the south. You're going to see that kind of pushing through, going towards Cincinnati. We'll hold on to this, though. We've got a little bit of fog and low cloud activity. I shouldn't say fog. It's more along the lines of low visibilities due to smoke and haze because of the fires up in Canada. It knocks down Menominee from 6 to 9 miles of visibility, 1 mile of visibility for Eau Claire, 0 for Arcadia. This continues on going towards Eau Claire. It's still about 5. It still continues to drop them down. Black River falls down to 0. And of course, you can see Eau Claire still holding on by 4 o'clock, still looking at 3 miles of visibility with 6 miles of visibility by Arcadia. So this continues on as we go into it here. We're looking at La Crosse, looking at shower activity potentially as we get deeper into the afternoon, late day, all the way into the evening commute. So right now, we'll load up the clouds to mostly cloudy skies. You can see that for Eau Claire, especially with a 20% chance going into the evening hours. Then we get into early Tuesday, and overnight we could see a slight risk of severe weather by the Twin Cities. We're in a low risk of severe weather here. That puts us into this as we get into tomorrow, where you're seeing increasing clouds with rainfall chances in the morning and a chance of showers as we go into the overnight hours, possibly in the morning, and finishing out through the day. That's a look at your forecast. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right. William is turning 8. He loves to have fun and spend time with his family.
And Patricia's turning 88. She loves gardening, crafting, and spending time with her great-grandchildren.
Hey, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button. Still to come, how cancer survivors are reclaiming their confidence through reconstruction when Dr. Sirleth joins us for Mindful Monday.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $40. That's a 20-cent fuel saver for every $40 you spend. In store and online. Monday only and only at Hy-Vee.
We've done many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Drive your story with a new Ram.
Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get employee pricing plus for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, or Chrysler during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends July 31st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Soar into a new career at Eagle Crest Communities.
What keeps me at Eagle Crest are the people that I work with. I enjoy my team so much. I look forward to seeing them every day. I enjoy our monthly meetings, getting to see the other managers from the other facilities and collaborate. I motivate my team by bringing us back to why we're here, going through our residents, getting to know them. You feel like you're really part of a big mission to help our residents have a full and healthy life.
Learn more at eaglecrestlife.org.
Ashley for the Arts is back. Experience 3 unforgettable days of live music, family fun for all ages, interactive art, and much more, all for $55. Don't miss out. Join us in Arcadia August 7th through 9th. Get your tickets now at ashleyforthearts.com.
Greatness hurts. And so can being a fan. That's why we're there with fast, effective pain relief. That's Tylenol. That's care without limits.
Jolivet Family Farms. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Jolivet's homegrown triple sweet corn is picked fresh daily. Join us Sundays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our roasted sweet corn and charcoal brats. Jolivet's also features homegrown carrots, sweet onions, peppers, beets, cabbage, dill, tomatoes, cucumbers, blueberries, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Maxwell White wants you to love your water. Preventative maintenance helps to keep the love going. Maxwell White can get your equipment running right so it can last longer and save you money. Call Maxwell White today. Water conditioning done right.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $40. That's a 20-cent fuel saver for every $40 you spend. In store and online. Monday only and only at Hy-Vee.
All right, let's get into your local weather here, show you what's cooking here. We're going to see widespread 70s today with some low 80s in your forecast. We'll also see, starting off this early morning, with some smoke coming out of the Canadian wildfires there. That's going to be working from north to south through the region. Also into the north, we're also having shower activity, as you can see right there. And then from our southwest, we're also picking up more shower potential in the forecast. That could come in later on today. You'll also see this holding on today with 70s and the 80s in the forecast continuing on. When I say 80s, I'm talking about the low 80s, about 83 degrees possibly. You'll see down a little across about 81 degrees, where you get up to Whitehall about 79, taking it right back up to Eau Claire, where we'll get up to at least 9 degrees under partly cloudy skies. So some locations will have partly cloudy skies, some locations will have mostly cloudy conditions in the day. You're seeing that threat, as I mentioned before, is a low risk, but mostly coming in from our west. That's where we'll see some of that storm activity from the north, coming in from the south west as well. But it is not in our region. It is possibly coming in later on into the evening hours, though. And of course, we'll see that continue on. You see it trying to move toward us, then it falls apart just before it hits La Crosse, hits the river as well. Rochester gets that. We get the cloud cover associated with that, but then we may see a few showers possibly kind of building into the region as we go out to the 4 o'clock hour. Why do I say that? Because the possibility of shower and storm activity not out of the question coming in from the east. Then it comes back again Tuesday, 3 a.m. in the morning, overnight hours. First shower scouring into areas by Ladysmith and Eau Claire. You're seeing a big storm or two coming in from the south, and then in fact it works towards La Crosse, bringing in storm activity by the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour. So you'll see that through your morning commute, and continues on gradually. Big storm activity, then kind of tapers down, gradually as it leaves the region. But watch this. Once it gets out of the region, it slowly starts to taper off. Then we pick up more shower activity coming back again by Black River Falls and igniting, going more to the east. As that happens, that continues to really ramp up. And so what's happening is more of a split flow kind of taking you up to the north, and this one stays down to the south and continues to move across the region. It doesn't get big till it gets out of there by Oshkosh and continues on with more storm activity there. Then we have more flow coming back again for Wednesday at the 2 o'clock hour in the overnight hours, picking up again beyond La Crosse, going to the east, picking up by Black River Falls and continuing to ramp up again, leaving the region. Then once again, high pressure continues to build. Temperatures Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the morning, they're already in the middle 80s. Yeah, high pressure is building. We're going to see temperatures in the 90s possibly, and that storm activity continues to build up there. Then it drops back down to the south from Eau Claire, Ladysmith, possibly Winona, and then tapering off and then bringing that down to La Crosse, as you can see by the 8 o'clock hour, with more storm activity coming back again for Thursday. So how this all plays out, well, we could see maybe about a couple of inches of rainfall possibly in the forecast. We could also find ourselves with this, milder conditions becoming more humid, hazy and hot and humid conditions by the time we get into 95 degrees for Wednesday, then tapering back to the low 80s to upper 80s to finish out the work week.
Cancer treatment often focuses on beating the disease, but what happens when patients are ready to reclaim their body with confidence? Dr. Hans Zerleth, a plastic and reconstructive surgeon, joins us on this Mindful Monday to discuss how surgical reconstruction helps cancer patients, survivors, move forward after treatment. Good morning, Dr. Zerleth. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. So walk us through reconstructive surgery. You know, what does that mean for cancer patients?
Well, reconstructive surgery is basically, in a nutshell, restoring form and function. So if something has been removed, it's basically putting things back in order and giving the patient some well-being
Okay, I'm sure that helps a lot with mental health and things like that as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, and so when is the right time to consider reconstruction? Is it during treatment or should you wait till after?
Well, it kind of depends on what's being treated. Often reconstruction is done in stages. I mean, you do steps to reconstruct the process. Usually it's done after treatment. For instance, if someone needs radiation, you want to wait afterwards.
Okay, good to know there. And so what should patients expect from the reconstruction process, physically, but I'm sure there's an emotional toll as well.
There's both. There's both a physical and an emotional toll. It can be a longer process, so they have to be patient, and their family members need to be patient as well. And I think having, the right mindset about it and having a clear idea of what it is that we're reconstructing.
Okay. And how does reconstruction impact a patient's mental health, and recovery? Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, so when people return to kind of their daily roles in life and they have their, form and function back, they feel whole again. It's a process, it's a form of closure, and I see that all the time.
Okay. And any other benefits that kind of reconstructive surgery can have on patients?
Well, sure. I mean, it gets them back into their role of life, and this gets through the process of cancer or trauma or whatever they're dealing with, and they feel like they've been normalized.
Okay, which is very important. Any advice, for families supporting a patient through this kind of a journey? I'm sure you go through a cancer journey,
right, of course.
Then this is a whole other journey.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just like anybody else that you care for. You're patient with them and be supportive and meet their needs.
Okay, and anything else that you'd want patients out there to know about the reconstructive surgery process or anything like that?
Well, I think reconstruction has a lot of different facets, and I think understanding the facets is important for the patient so that they know what to expect. I think when I have consults with patients, I spend a lot of time going through the details of things so that they understand them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to go through things more than once because usually it's required.
Okay, all right, good to know there. And anything for preparation or common questions that you see, anything like that?
Time factor. People often wondering on how long this will take and what to expect, possibility of complications or setbacks. So they kind of want to know that picture.
Okay, and I'm sure speaking with your doctor, any questions, concerns you have about that is what you recommend there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an open office policy.
Okay, good to know there. All right, well, thank you so much. Such an important topic. Little talked about for sure. So it's good that we're shining light on this morning. Thank you for being here with us.
Very much. Thank you.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, we are hearing more and more about shark sightings on America's beaches. We will talk with the host of a new special called How to Survive a Shark Attack, something he knows from his own experience in the water. Also, Monday means Beg Knows America, and David continues to share inspiring stories from his Dear David mailbag. He'll introduce us to two people turning their personal setbacks into positives, all for the benefit of others. And Tony Award-winning actor Billy Porter will join us in studio to talk about his return to Broadway as the MC in the revival of Cabaret. We'll have everything you need to know and more on the show. We'll see you at 7.
It's blueberry season at Cane's Orchard in Hickston. Picking is this Saturday starting at 7 a.m. Bring your pails and arrive early for the best picking of 8 varieties. The blueberries are ripe at Cane's Orchard on Cane Road just off I-94 and Highway 95 in Hickston.
Get an 11% rebate now at Menards. Be prepared for the unexpected with Generac home standby generators. Their advanced technology starts within seconds of sensing a power loss. Save over $750 on this home standby generator after rebate. Quaker State full synthetic motor oil is engineered to give more power, more wear protection, and longer engine life. Get a 5-quart jug for $17.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
During the Chevy 4th of July sales event, well-qualified buyers get 0% APR, plus $1,000 cash allowance. That's over $7,000 total value on this Silverado, plus $4,500 total cash allowance for current Chevy owners.
Hey, Dominic here, and we always get asked, what do you have for chicken? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these 4: chicken, barbecue, Jamaican jerk, and good old original. Just take your chicken, brush some olive oil on it, shake on your choice of seasoning, and grill or bake thoroughly until done. From mild to a little spicy, you can make sure everyone's satisfied, and they're all low in sodium. Get these seasonings and more at the outlet store. And you can even sauce it up using barbecue seasoning and ketchup.
Furnish your home with the Forest at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best priced furniture store. Browse cozy Amish rockers, customizable easy sofas made in Wisconsin, and stunning handmade dining sets in hickory, walnut, aspen, and barnwood. Shop pantries, counter bars, gun cabinets, and more. Style your space this season with our cabin rug collection, multiple sizes available. Swing by the bed shed for rustic bedroom sets, bunk beds, and Amish-made office furniture. Family and veteran-owned. Visit Black River Furniture Outlet this summer.
It's blueberry season at Kane's Orchard in Hickston. Picking is this Saturday starting at 7 a.m. Bring your pails and arrive early for the best picking of 8 varieties. The blueberries are ripe at Kane's Orchard on Kane Road just off I-94 and Highway 95 in Hickston.
The forecast is always changing.
It's very important to keep it updated and looking towards the future.
I do like 2 in the morning and 2 in the late morning. It's fun because I feel like I'm talking to someone out there and relating myself, the weather, and what they need to know.
There's a lot more information on there available, and it's constantly updated, and we're one of the few around here that really updates that constantly with new information.
Online weather updates from First Warn Weather, streaming on News 8000, the app, and 8+. Expect more.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8+. It puts the now in your day. Get it today.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Storytellers from across the country descended on La Crosse this weekend to spin tales of humor and horror. The La Crosse Storytelling Festival brings talented storytellers together with local Coulee region pros. This year's lineup included some diverse stories, and an organizer says there's something for everyone to enjoy.
See the reactions of people who kind of maybe misunderstood storytelling, to realize that this is, an ancient art that is very fun.
For those wanting to have more storytelling in your life, the Bluff Country Tale Spinners will host events throughout the year, including a scary story performance in October. Time for your morning news now. La Crosse police need your help this morning finding a missing woman. 22-year-old Elliot Hines was last seen early yesterday morning walking south in the 500 block of Front Street South. She's 5'4", 120 pounds with blonde hair and blue eyes. She was last seen wearing a white shirt and jean shorts. If you have any information, contact the police non-emergency line or La Crosse area Crime Stoppers. And if you'd like to help with the search, volunteers are meeting at 1425 8th Street South at 8 o'clock this morning to distribute flyers and search the area. Yesterday marked 6 months since President Trump was sworn in for a second term. He marked the occasion by calling the U.S. the hottest and most respected nation in the world and suggesting the Washington Commanders change their team name back to the Washington Redskins. Smith's Bike Shop in La Crosse celebrated 130 years in business, making it the oldest bike shop in the state. The anniversary featured some special bike rides, including a family fun ride to Myrick Park.
Smith's is a big part of our community, and so it's a really cool thing to be able to celebrate and welcome people and have fun. It's a really nice opportunity.
More than 130 people took part in the morning bike rides.
All right, taking a look at your local weather, here we go. Holding on to a low risk of severe weather coming in from the west. And it's going to be west of the river as well. It does not affect our community till later on tonight, where we may see some storm activity coming in. You see some of that up to the north as well today. Temperatures from 74 to about 83 degrees today. Across probably hit 81 degrees in the afternoon. Humidity is building out of the Gulf, and that continues to work its way toward us. We're also seeing more of that shower activity and storm activity on the way, possibly up to an inch of rain or less in the forecast. Taking us right into this increasing humidity as we get into 81 to 87 degrees for tomorrow, 95 for Wednesday, and then low to upper 80s to finish out the work week.
All right, a little bit of everything then, huh?
A little bit of
high 90s.
Not to mention the Canadian smoke as well.
Canadian smoke is back. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. But you did get me a snack. I've got a snack to go with me for my Monday.
I do what I can.
Everyone get a snack out there. Enjoy your Monday. We'll see you back here at noon, which coming up, the La Crosse community will come together today to search for that missing woman, Elliot Hines. At noon, we'll show you the latest on the volunteer efforts to bring her home. We can't.